Hey everybody, it's ready for 401k. I've been a little preoccupied getting the Money Vikings website, getting a lot of content up and running and working. We're getting a lot of stuff out. Started to test our YouTube channel and whatnot. So that's where I've been, a little hiatus. So if you guys get a chance, check out moneyvikings.com. We got some podcasts and things going on. Great resource of information. So anyways, let's get into it here. Looking at MVIS, microvision. So this is one that for a really long time I've held a large position in, and over the course of the past few weeks or so, I've actually reduced that position because there's just been a lot of other really good plays in the market. I've held this one for quite a while. Always when you're doing investing or trading, if you can, try the best, best opportunity you can to avoid kind of the long-term capital gains. But if you have a lot of plays in a row where you move in and out and you're making a lot of good money, short-term capital gains isn't so bad either. So anyways, with this one, Microvision has kind of gone back to what it was doing earlier this year, from kind of mid-February up into mid-April. So we're kind of seeing the same thing going on. But what I do see is there's the trend in the sentiment, the RSI, which is going to contribute to the price action in a way, right? The momentum, the push behind it, where the price is going. And it's kind of doing this long, drawn-out pendant when I'm looking at the daily chart scale. So if it stays true to this, so as of today, it has confirmed the bottom of that formation in the sentiment. Tomorrow will actually be the full confirmation if it breaks below it or if it goes back up and deflects off of it. So with that, what I kind of expect here is, if I look at the RSI, I can zoom in here real quick. So if I look at the RSI here, I am looking for it to kind of work its way back up, and if it does this kind of thing with sentiment, right? Because we know there can always be formations inside of your oscillators or indicators. So we track that. If it does that, I don't expect, if it does bounce off of this, price to really break out too much until we break out of this kind of formation in the sentiment. So, you'll see here I'm using pitchforks. It is a great tool to kind of identify easily trend channels, and then how should I say it? The push, where the push is going to come from with price movement in those channels. It's the best way to kind of maybe look at the pitchfork. So right now where price is, it's kind of hitting this sideways support level. There's just not a lot of volume here to really move the price. So this will let shorts be in control. This is going to be kind of bearish in the sense of who has control here. It is a big question mark right now. Looking at this kind of formation that's going on, if I come in here and let's just hide these pitchforks. And sorry, none of this is really planned out, but we'll just let's rough in some trend. Let's see what's going on. So we can see here that we had a trend that was going, that was actually respected for a day or two. But it broke down below that point. This is probably short interest, you see, along with low volume, because we had volume pick up here, because this would have been a deflection point out of it, but short selling was in control, followed by the next day with lower volume that pushed it above it. So what that did was that pushed RSI up, allowing for drawing out more of the downtrend. Okay, so this last, what was this, June 28th, this would have been kind of a directional change to allow for upwards momentum, but there wasn't enough volume behind it to support it, not enough interest by the buyers. So then it just continued back down. Does that mean that it will continue to go back down? No, but yes, right? It could, because until we have the volume in here to push it, we're gonna see shorts still in control, especially with the candle being underneath the HMA-20, the whole moving average. This is acting like a force that's going to push down on it, right? So if the candle's above it, it's going to be a force pushing it up. As long as the curvature of the HMA-20 supports that, it's like leveraging. The price will move with it. So as you can see right now, it's moving down. It's allowing it to keep going down. So if I look at the weighted moving average, this is on a 30 weighted moving on a weekly scale. Price is trying to stay away from it. We'll just have to see if it holds, though. So tomorrow is going to be a big day for us to indicate whether our price action is going to continue on this direction, or if it's looking at this weighted moving average, right? And if it's going to respect it to kind of come back out. Now, what's going to happen here, though, in order for that to be respected, is so my HMA-20, my whole moving average 20, this is going to want to curl like that. Okay. So let me make sure all of our colors are good here. Whatever color that is. So you get an idea here what I'm talking about with the HMA-20. So this is going to, again, act as a support for price action as long as the price gets above this, as long as, we'll zoom in a little more here. Oops. There we go. So again, the weighted moving average, if price respects this as a support point where it wants to get away from it, and we get above the whole moving average, it will act as a way to support the price movement to go upwards. So my white line is my price action. It's rough, so bear with me. It's probably going to go out here. But the idea, the concept is that price will start moving in this direction as long as everything else is supporting it. If not, and it breaks this trend on the sentiment side, we will see it start to go down more, and it will break down below this, and we'll start to drop to find to try to find support. Okay, so we'll see here about 1428 is some support. Let's look. I think right about here-ish. Yeah, looks about right. We're going to find some support at 1562. These sometimes we start getting into these micro kind of support resistance lines. So 1492, 1456, 1428, 1562 is where the weighted moving average is. So these are those points that we're kind of looking at, which we're wanting to keep an eye on as we get into the rest of this week. So, I always say this, guys, it's hedge wisely, right? Play safe with the bets. You got to cover yourself. MVIS was the shooting star a while ago, but once we started going sideways and we weren't getting really much kind of support from leadership, they've been hiding a lot behind the non-disclosure agreements, and it kind of leads the narrative to the retail investors on what is going on. So, the kind of running joke is you're high on hopium, right? Because it's a lot of hope gets pumped in by the retail investor, but it also tends to make us negligent, and we're not paying attention to the technicals. If leadership isn't going to come in and provide some sort of PR or kind of update that really reinforces the value of the product or value of the price of the product, we're just not going to be in control. It's not going to have enough investment behind it, enough money and volume and sentiment behind it to push the price up. So this is kind of where we're stuck right now. Again, we broke down below what appeared to be a dynamic support, dynamic trend line. We broke below that. Shorts got in control. We're hitting the bottom of a sentiment channel in the RSI. This is going to determine tomorrow into the week what's going to happen if price is going to break down more. So if it breaks down more, we're looking for the 1492, 1456, 1428. Right, this is the immediate support. If it breaks below this, you can see here where we find other support, kind of commonality where they're bottoms, and that's just kind of what we're going to look at. So if you're down right now, my advice is always it's know your stop loss, know your limits. Um, you want to. It's not always about retaining your profits. That's ideally what you want to do, but it's also about reducing your losses. So if we do see more down movement, you gotta understand when to throw in the towel and just say, hey, I don't want to take any more losses. And if it shoots up after that point, it's fine. Don't even look at it. Just know that you played a safer card because of the unknown. Anyways, I know it's not the greatest news or the greatest kind of feeling with this technical analysis, but this is just kind of what I'm seeing. I want you guys to just, again, be safe, be mindful, be aware, and just know that there's more plays out there. The market is actually unsteady right now, but there are other plays. You can always hedge against the markets as a whole with your UVXYs and your SQQQs. But yeah, that's it. Anyways, leave some comments. Go check out moneyvikings.com. We're doing a lot of great things over there. We got some great updates coming in the next few weeks. I'm always happy to hear what anybody has to say. If there's something I missed, let me know. I'm very receptive to it. And we'll catch you all in the next one. All right, guys, take care.